right, boys and girls, welcome to NFL Pregame Party with my good buddy Noc. Or should I say, halftime of the Giants-Packers game in England. We'll talk about that today and have our scouting report, and we'll talk about last week's game, Monday night and Thursday night, and we'll also talk about the matchup between the Bengals and the Ravens. Take the over in that one, boys and girls. Let me know who you think's going to win that one. And we'll also talk about the most intriguing one to me today, the Cowboys, undefeated with Cooper Rush against the world champs. Can they bounce back after the ass kicking they took against the San Francisco 49ers? We'll find out all that and more this week on NFL Pregame Party.
Down.
Welcome to Joe's Atmosphere.
Cook your shrimp, please. All of a sudden, my shrimp pan is burning up like a smoke test.
Okay. All right, boys and girls, good morning. Happy NFL Sunday to you. Let me mute my TV just to make sure nobody can hear what's going on behind me here. I think I got it muted. Yeah, there we go. How you doing this morning, Noc? How's things going?
Good.
All right.
Plenty of sleep last night, so that's always a good thing.
Yes. We got a lot to talk about this week, man. A lot of crazy shit happened in the last week.
Yeah.
As usual, boys and girls, we're going to start off with Noc's scouting report. So take it away, Noc. You ready for me to put this up here for you?
Yeah, let's go ahead and go right into it. Got lots to show.
All right. Okay.
Found so much stuff to talk about. First thing we got to talk about is Alabama, the number one team in the nation right now. They had a close one. Their quarterback Bryce Young was out this game, so they were facing Texas A&M with a backup, and it was a pretty good game. It came down to that should have been the end of the game right there. Oof.
Oh man.
Oof.
Come back.
Look, it could have been a touchdown.
No.
Look at it.
He'd have been on the one. That is horrible.
Alabama held out against that, against Texas A&M, but
but it was close. Alabama's winning these things by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah,
man.
They're getting so lucky. I don't know if Bryce is going to be out next week, but guess who they're playing next week? Number 8 Tennessee. And I'm going to talk about them in a little bit, but I don't think.
Oh my God! Yeah. Oh, the LSU fans around here have got to be upset after that game. Good Lord.
So these next couple of games I didn't watch because they were all blowouts. UGA, Auburn, 42-10. OSU over Michigan State, 49-20. Michigan over IU. This was kind of close in the beginning, but Michigan pulled away. Clemson, I didn't bother to watch, 31-3. So, yeah.
It's Boston College. Come on, man.
Yeah, USC over Washington State University. Washington State University had a pretty good season, but they couldn't match up to USC.
I don't want to hear anything about USA. Screw them.
This is a really good game right here. This is the next one I'm going to show some stuff about is Oklahoma State versus Texas Tech.
Let's see. I was expecting to see a security plus fundamentals course today.
Oh
That's
yeah,
your
yeah,
boy
yeah.
Eric.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That was all day yesterday, and then pretty much the rest of today after this. But so this is the Texas Tech end of the game. Look at this run.
Oh man, that guy was doing work.
Look
I
at
don't know where he's at, man.
Right, yeah.
His head's
So
up.
that was that game. It was a good game. That's pretty much what salted it. And then this was pretty curious earlier. I thought this was interesting right there. That was definitely good. And then here you go.
They got to change that rule
Tennessee.
though. They got to change it
I
to
think
where
they
the
implemented
ball's
that
got
on
to go at
purpose.
least like 25 yards downfield to do that.
I think
or something like that.
I think it doesn't. I think it only affects it if the ball got put in the air on the kick. Like if it's bouncing, obviously that doesn't mean anything. But because it went into the
Right,
air,
if they drive it into the
but I think they
ground to
did
get
that
the
on
hop.
purpose. I think it was a player safety thing. They didn't want players jumping up trying to get it when it was high up like that, which I think is the whole purpose of an onside kick. But
horse shit.
yeah. So
When I
that
say
was
it
really
again,
interesting.
horse
That's
shit.
a play right there.
Oh.
So Tennessee. And
because of that
already
right
like
there.
Yep. Like 4 minutes into the
usually so much better than this. But Tennessee could be a program on the rise. I don't really know.
Tennessee has been very impressive, and I think they're going to make a statement next week against Alabama. Can't wait to see that game.
I hear this kid Hooker's in the talks for the Heisman.
This is right before the half. Okay. This is 4th and 10 on the 45-yard line.
Yeah, they went for it. They went for it on. I thought that was very curious, man.
And of course, they get, they go right in. They get a pass it. That's the 15-yard line. They get a field goal right before the half.
Yeah, I don't.
That was very strange.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me.
And then pretty much what capped the game. Let's see if I can find it just real quick. See right there. They did they're definitely up and coming, and they got #1 Alabama next week. Cannot wait for that game.
Well, Bama better be on their game because them boys aren't.
Like I said, I don't know
around.
I don't know if Bryce Young is going to be back or not, but they need him for sure.
Yeah.
This game was actually Vanderbilt was actually ahead in this game versus Ole Miss, and unfortunately they couldn't keep it going. And
Vanderbilt, they're the Ivy League school of the SEC.
Yeah. This was a fun game. This is one of the games I watched yesterday for sure. And
they're running Utes.
The UCLA Bruins are another up and coming game. They're undefeated in this one, and they come in and
they're Pac-10 punks. Who cares?
Well, they're making some statements right now. This was a great play early, and this is one that kind of really got it going at the end.
Who are they playing?
Away. They're playing Utah Utes.
Playing Utah. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, who are they playing?
And then that's pretty. So they had that, and then this pretty much capped the game right here. 4th down, 4th and 1. They're trying to come back from 10, down from 10.
They're running Utes.
Yeah, they run it. Boom, ball pops out.
Oh no! Right into 24's hands.
And he's
gone.
He couldn't go.
They're not going to get that guy.
And they did get him. They got him. They on the 1-yard line. It was one play, and that pretty much capped it for that game. So really unfortunate for them.
Yeah.
And then Oregon, rolled over Arizona. Now,
who?
Yeah.
Pac-10 teams again. Pac-10 punks. Whatever.
Unfortunately for University of Kansas, they lost their quarterback last week.
University of Kentucky.
Kentucky, excuse me. I'm sorry, Kentucky. And they
Hate
lost.
to correct you there, but I do know that.
No. Yeah, thank you. There's so many freaking teams in this league.
Yeah, I know.
They all have the same freaking initials.
Yeah.
And, But they lost their quarterback, so they unfortunately lost too, and they're probably going to lose their ranking. They were they made it up to number 7, and they lost that last week.
The Gamecocks are always tough. They really are.
SEC.
Yep.
And then here we go. We have NC State still doing their pretty good season, and then this was pretty much the end of the game. The title is Florida State's throwing horrendous IT.
Oh my gosh! God. Well, we'll get to that, but.
So that was that. So then Wake Forest over Army. Army's never going to beat anyone.
Leave my Golden Knights alone.
I know. I'm sorry. Notre Dame versus BYU. Notre Dame was actually up 25-6 at one point in this game,
and let them come back.
They let them come back, and this was 4th and 1, and this was pretty much the game right here. And this is what Notre Dame did. Stuffed.
Oh yeah,
they got
some serious penetration on that play. That's what you got to do. Yep, That's
That
nice.
was So
Mhm.
that was BYU probably going to get unranked from this one. Notre Dame might get ranked. I'm not sure. But
Meh.
the coaches love them. I don't know, for whatever reason. Notre Dame probably gets top
Notre
10.
Dame always gets love, man.
Yeah.
They're
This was
that
a really,
independent darling that likes to beat up
yeah,
academies, you know.
right, yeah. So this is another one I watched. This is pretty much the last big game that I watched. I think it was. I'm not sure if this was before the Bruins game or after, but this is another
Mhm.
one I watched yesterday. This was a really great game. Um,
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
but it came down
That's
to
the
Kansas
top
City
end. That's the top end of our conference right now. Really.
right down, and they scored, and then they had so many good catches, and it was a
Mhm.
great game. Trying to see
Look
the
at
last one.
this.
Here it is. Here it
Wow.
is. This is the one I right there.
Don't forget, boys and girls in college, they only have to have 1 foot down. Just one.
Yep. So the last thing I got is this. This is going to be just a couple minutes. This is pretty much the last thing I have.
Okay.
This was Pitt versus Virginia Tech.
This guy went off.
Yeah,
I saw
yeah.
his
Mhm.
stats. Dallas
6
texted me
touchdowns
his
for the day.
stats. What, 6 touchdowns in that game?
6 touchdowns. Who's number 4?
Yikes.
Just run the ball. That's all you got to do.
Just run the ball. Why do anything else? Why? Why do anything
Here you
else if
go.
you don't have to? You do, but man, the big mollies in front were doing some work, dude. That's crazy.
Yep, and then not much else. Arizona did do an upset over Washington. I don't even want to mention this game. I'm tired of these 10-9, 12-9, 11 to
Go
10
ahead and tell
games.
everybody who won the shootout.
Oh, you talking about for Arizona and Washington?
Yeah, and no, the Red River shootout.
Oh, you're saying
The only college football game in the regular season played on a neutral field.
Oh, I'm sorry. You talking about this?
Yeah,
Texas
my
and
team
Oklahoma. I
getting
wasn't going to
totally
mention it. You just reminded me.
freaking destroyed by the
Yeah,
Longhorns.
that's unfortunate right there.
Oh.
I didn't watch much of this game because there wasn't any reason to.
There was no reason to watch it.
Maryland, we got the Tagovailoa little brother.
Now, let me tell you, hang on 1 second before we get off of Texas and OU. Boys and girls, this is how bad it was for OU. Their quarterback got concussed. Then the backup was ineffective, so they went Wildcat the rest of the game. The running back was our quarterback the rest of the game. That's how bad it was.
Unfortunately for Texas, they'd be up there. They'd be really high up there, but
If they'd have beat Bama,
if they beat Bama, but that Ewers, their quarterback, got hurt in that game.
right?
And then he was out another game when they lost to Texas Tech.
I know.
So it's unfortunate.
They would have a totally different season if that guy was upright.
It just changed the course.
No
So,
Yes.
we'll see what happens with them. But Maryland, they could have been ranked if they had won. But Purdue, them Purdues,
Yeah,
they love to play upset, and they took it. Maryland went down the score, but they went for 2, couldn't get it. And so then there's
all right. So what is your biggest takeaway from this week in college football?
Oh, it's Tennessee all the way. I can't wait for next week.
Yeah, next week. I mean, because Alabama has been winning by sheer just
sheer
luck. It looks like to me.
Yeah,
really. Texas should have beat them in the opener.
Yeah,
they have not looked like the Bama machine that they have looked like in the past. And this kid Bryce, that he won the Heisman last year, didn't he? I mean,
I don't know what his status is for next week, but if he's not in, I can't see them winning.
All I know is the Texas game. He did not look good. He did not look good in that Texas game. So
just a quick look ahead. Baylor, if you don't want to watch the Commanders and the Bears on Thursday night, maybe take a look at West Virginia and Baylor. This is 10 years ago, mind you, but they had the highest scoring game for two ranked teams ever, 70-63. I remember that game. It was crazy. Obviously 10 years ago, so that's not going to mean much. But that's Thursday night, so that might be fun to watch. The biggest things I wanted to mention was Penn State University at Michigan at noon. Huge game.
Yes, most definitely. Go Nittany Lions. Go Lions.
Yeah, this is a massive game right here.
Yes, it is.
And then the second massive game, Alabama at Tennessee.
Tennessee, baby. Yeah.
And this 3:30 slot is insane. They should have spread this out because this is too much. You got Oklahoma State at TCU.
Yeah. That's gonna be good.
Again, another game that playoff implications right off the bat. And then here's Syracuse's chance to maybe show the world they're undefeated right now, but they haven't beaten anyone.
Right.
And let's see if they can beat NC State, who's had some great games. So next week, those 3 games in particular.
College football, it's getting to be the meat of the
Yeah,
schedules,
this
man,
this is
and
this
this
is
is the best time for it. Yep,
for
no
sure.
doubt.
Next week is going to be really, really awesome.
All right.
Can't wait
Well,
for that.
thank you for that, sir. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. So now it's time to get into the NFL.
Yes.
The thing I love. All right. And the first thing we're going to talk about is, of course, the Thursday night game. Or no, the Monday night game was the first one we had.
49ers.
We always got to start with last week's Monday night game because last time you saw us was last Sunday. So let me get my share screen up here. And yeah, I don't need sound for mine because I don't use any sound. We're just putting these up for graphics. The 49ers made a statement Monday night. They came out there and just punched the champs in the mouth. The champs have line problems. They can't protect their quarterback for some reason. I don't know what's going on there, but Allen Robinson isn't working out the way they were imagining him. You know, he was supposed to be the guy to take Beckham's slot, right?
Yeah,
And,
no, that's been a total dud.
it has.
Just bring Beckham back. Just do it. He's still out there. I don't know why he's still out there, but he's out there.
Yeah, but the Niners. This is the Niners team everybody expects. I mean, if Garoppolo keeps playing like this and they keep playing defense like this, I don't see any reason. Do you see a team in the NFC could stop them? I mean,
I picked them to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how good I think they could. And Garoppolo can do it. He's done it.
Yeah, he's been there. Yeah, it's But
by the way, just real quick, Giants pulled in within a touchdown.
Did they?
They got a field goal, and
it's on behind me, but I really can't see what's going on.
I just happened to see the score. So
okay, cool. Give them updates. You know, I'm not seeing it, so. Okay, let's see. We got to switch this over to.
So let's skip the Thursday night game.
No, we got to talk about it because look, my brother, what is up with my boy Russ, man? Is it did Pete Carroll know something that the rest of us didn't, or is it just a new offense and he's got growing pains? What is the deal?
Well, he's actually playing hurt too. He's got a partially torn lat as well on his right shoulder.
Really?
And I don't think that's helping. But no, I think it's just I think we don't have an identity right now for sure. I think we definitely need to run the ball more. But of course, Javonte Williams, our great running back, is out, and we just have. Now Gordon had a good game. Fumbling Gordon had a pretty good game. I think it was somewhere around 50 yards rushing, 50 yards receiving. So he had a decent game, and we did pick up Latavius Murray. He wasn't going to go this week because it was a short week, but so it's unfortunate that that's the state of us right now. Is you think after 5 weeks we would eventually have something going? Preseason's over. So we need to actually see something. Fans were so upset that they were leaving before they knew
that was something else, man.
They knew that that because we made it into overtime, we weren't going to win. They knew it. They just knew it. They knew we were not going to win. And
that last play, he had tunnel vision on that play.
Yeah,
if he'd looked to his right, that guy was wide open.
So frustrating. And this is the things we brought him in for, and he's not doing it.
Yeah.
So we're not seeing the magic quite yet.
Yeah.
That we paid for. We paid a lot. We paid a lot for this guy. We mortgaged our future. We gave him a ton of money.
I know.
So that's why fans are so frustrated with him, because he just hasn't done anything. And it's not all his fault, but
the one thing about Russ that I can tell you from watching him for years, he's always going to stay positive. And he's always going to keep working.
I think that's annoying fans.
It's annoying the shit out of him. I know it is. But that's him. That's the way he is. And he believes in himself. So, he bets on himself. And
I still, it's, I don't know. I still have hope for this season. I don't think we have to wait till next season to do it. I think obviously
I think the division you're in, they're going to beat each other up. And I think I think if you go, you're going to go as a wild card because it's going to take some growing pains to get through.
Yeah.
But if you do
I
get
still think
in,
eventually it'll happen. It'll
yeah.
at some point it will click. We're just waiting for it. That's the problem.
What's the running game look like there?
It's really good, especially except like I said, Javonte Williams went down for the season. That just killed it. That killed us because we can't rely on Melvin Gordon. He fumbles way too much. He even fumbled in that game. He only didn't lose it because his knee was down. But he still fumbled.
Well,
Now,
do you
and
think it
like I
now?
said, we
Let
picked
me
up
ask you
Latavius
this.
Murray, so
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
and then we do have Boone. We have another guy, but he's not like a third down every down back kind of guy. He's just kind of a out of the backfield, catch the ball and do something with it. And he did some good screens, but I'm really hoping Latavius Murray, because I like him. Latavius Murray comes in and does well. I don't know if or when he'll start, but he's a good quality back. He's a bit of a bruiser too, which we haven't had in a while.
Okay.
So that's nice.
Well, my thing is this: do you think they're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
They have Russell Wilson going under center, which he's never done in his whole career, and then he's not rolling out. There's no play action is kind of there, but he holds.
That's why I asked about the running game, because I know they like to run that run first, roll out, play action game. And if that's not working, then the coach has got to adjust and put him in the shotgun and let him do his thing.
Something else, roll him out. Why isn't there any rollouts? Get him on the run. And have them throw it to one of these great receivers that we have. There's not enough usage of our wide receivers, and he's mainly throwing to the tight ends. He's never thrown to tight ends.
Yeah,
I know. Jimmy Graham. He never used Jimmy Graham. He doesn't use tight ends.
He throws the wide receivers going deep. What he does.
And we have good wide. We have Cortland Sutton. Cortland Sutton's having a great season.
Sutton is quietly having a great season. I've noticed that.
Jerry Jeudy should be having a good. He's been hurt this season, so he hasn't been on the field much. But those last 2 weeks, he's been there, and they just can't get him the ball for. It's so because you watch college football, and they score a lot of points, and we are allergic to the end zone.
I don't know what it is about that team.
It's hard to process when you have this kind of team where you have a Russell Wilson and you have these receivers and you can't score. It just doesn't make sense. And that's why the fans are so frustrated, because what are we getting here? What dumb
and the
plays
one thing I have noticed, he's not pulling it down and running with it that much either.
No.
And that makes me wonder, what is he doing? Because
I think that's part of the injury thing that he's dealing with. He's got it.
He's protecting himself.
And
okay.
he did one where he did the interception and he tried to square up.
I did see that. Yeah.
And it's like, dude, don't do that.
God,
come on. I know you.
They need you, man. I don't know who the backup is there, but he ain't as good as you. That's for
sure.
Brett
Rippin. Yeah, nobody wants to see that. So
right.
Although at this point, it's like he might do better. I don't know. It's just because Russell Wilson's not doing anything. It's just kind of. They don't have tape on him. I don't know what the case is, but it's just
you have. Are you on a bye this week, or
what's that?
Are you on a bye this week coming up, or
what do you mean?
Schedule. Are you
playing?
We
no. Guess what we get to do? We get to come back Monday night and play the Chargers.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Well,
no,
listen, you got 11 days.
You
got 11 days.
This is another thing that bothers me too. Is they took a new, and I know the schedulers were very excited about Russell Wilson going to Denver, and when Peyton Manning came his first year, he did really good.
Right.
He came out the gate and threw 7 touchdowns against Baltimore, and I guess they were hoping for something like that. But no, that's not the case here. It's brand new offense, and even with Peyton Manning, they had to adjust. They were trying to put him in some kind of offense that didn't fit him, and he ended up switching throughout the season, going to the pistol formation and working out of that. And in this case, they need to adjust. They've even mentioned it this week that they need to create a more or simpler offense and just let them beat the other guys. Stop these no tricks, no nothing. Just line up and play. And and it sucks that they put so many. They've had 6 primetime games in the first 7 weeks or something like that.
Yep.
why did it have to be the beginning of the season? Like when they're still learning the system and all the good stuff. So people are getting like that. It's so annoying that why are we watching the Broncos? Blah blah blah. Well, they shouldn't have put them in the beginning of the season. I wish they had made more prime. I think we only have like 1 or 2 primetime games later in the season, and by that time they're going to start playing better, hopefully. But we're seeing these growing pains right now. It's because they scheduled them for all these primetime games.
Yeah.
There's no time to settle in. It's just all pressure, all eyes on
Pressure
you
all the
every
time.
single week.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the
And
stuff
it doesn't help
right
that the division has gotten better over the years because of Kansas City.
and 2-3 is not the worst record in the world. There are teams that would want to be 2-3 right now.
Yeah, there are.
And so it's not like it's too late for them. So it maybe for the division, maybe it's not even too late for that. We even have a longer season than we've had in the years past. So there's still a chance for them to come back. But I wish they didn't put so much on them right away. And now we get another primetime game. It's like awesome, great, another game. I'm going to stay up. I would like to go back to seeing.
You got 10 days to get ready for it.
So it's just stop with the primetime game.
Okay, let's move on because
I'm losing sleep. I'm losing
my
sleep.
Man
because of
is
this
passionate
game.
about his football team and it's eating him up.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Right.
The next thing we got to talk about is we are past halftime. We're in the third quarter, and right now it's 13-20. I took the pack in this one. I think you took the long shot, right?
I did. I don't know if Eric's still here, but I took the upsets. I got a lot of upsets to go through today.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought them going
Eric's
on
ahead right now. He's 37-27 right now in our little pick'ems.
Oh
right
yeah.
Now. So I'm 33-31, I think. So I got to catch up. So I made some off the wall
in front of me. I'd have to go to the other room to get it, but we're in the middle of the show, so I'm in the 30s. I don't know exactly where I'm at, but anyway, I took the pack in this one just because it's Aaron Rodgers. They had to fly across the pond to get to England, and both
Giants aren't doing so bad though.
No, they aren't. No, they aren't.
They aren't doing so bad.
As long as Saquon has his feet under him, they have a chance. Yes. Absolutely.
So
okay. Let's move on to this afternoon's games starting at noon. We got Pittsburgh, Pickens starting against Buffalo. Interesting. I hope I get to see this game. I really want to see what the young man looks like.
Yeah, he didn't look. I watched a little bit of when he came in last week, and he didn't look that bad. His wide receivers, however, did not catch the ball. His 2 interceptions were the wide receiver not
went off
the
of
ball.
I did see that went off of receivers'
hopefully
hands.
They learned how to do their job this week. And,
Hello,
the thing they're paid for.
Help a brother out.
Yeah, right. Just help him out. So we'll see. But I think Buffalo's going to run away with this one. So
I mean, Buffalo should do what they do. Oh man, here we go.
Man, you're having some fun today.
I'm getting a lot
this
of these.
This is your multicast thing going on.
Yeah, it's the Facebook end of things.
Good
I'm
job,
having
Facebook.
to delete and block people that are trying to take over the thing, but that's okay. Hey, what you gonna do? We're simulcasting on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. And just to let you guys know why I'm doing this, I'm practicing up on it because when I do get enough followers on Rumble, I want to start doing it there and Odyssey. Once I figured out how to do it there, that's the 3 platforms we're going to do it on. And it's just because I have several other shows, and YouTube is very contrary. They just banned one of my favorite YouTubers this week. So I'm preparing just in case they decide to start kicking people for stupid stuff. So anyway, I'm just covering my bases. That's what I'm doing, folks. Anyway, next up, we got who we got next. We got the Chargers at the Browns. You're a big Browns fan today. I see
am.
that. Yeah.
I am. This is one of my iffy picks of the week as well.
Really?
Browns.
Well, that's not so iffy. They're at home.
If they run the ball, their defense. I don't think Myles Garrett is back.
Their running game is solid. They've got 2 great running backs. They got Chubb. They got Hunt backing him up, and
the Chargers just find a way to lose. So
they do.
That's what I'm hoping
that
for.
Team is just snake bit.
I don't know if Keenan Allen is back either. I don't know what his status is.
Right.
But they've been missing him for sure.
Yeah. And they're going all the way across the country. They're going from LA all the way to Cleveland. So I don't know. I'm, you know, I think I'll go Cleveland on this one, really, because uh Brissett just seems to just manage a game just fine,
Yeah.
and he doesn't give the ball away.
That's
And
that's
as
what
long as
that's
you
what they
don't
need.
do that,
Yeah.
you've got a chance to win. So,
Mhm.
hey,
For
looks
sure.
good for them. Okay, let's see. Oh, a
Mm.
team that's dying for a win, the Texans, going into the Jaguars. Now
Yeah.
they got beat last week, but who did they play last week? They played a good team last week, I think.
For the Jags,
Yeah,
was it the who was it?
I can't
I'll look
remember.
it up.
Okay,
I got it right here.
but they've been
Oh,
playing better.
Philly. They played
Yeah,
Philly,
Philly, the undefeated team, right?
and they were
Yeah.
ahead in that
Mhm.
game too.
Yes, they
For a
were.
little bit. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
think this is the Jaguars in
I
a
like I
walk.
like the Jags this year.
Yeah.
They're
Mhm.
they're a decent team. I don't know. I'm not sure what they're missing quite yet, but they're they're not a team
They've
that you
got a
want to
good
put.
defense.
Yeah.
The quarterback's playing better. Of course, you knew he would because
Mm.
he's actually got a coach that's working with him now. So not that idiot Meyer, the
Yeah.
urban cowboy.
Kicking kickers and stuff.
Right,
Kicking
the
people.
dumbass, unbelievable. But anyway, the Texans, they're feeling
They're
the.
gonna fight.
Yeah, they are.
They're gonna
And
fight.
and I
That's
like
what
the
they are.
moxie of their young quarterback. I like him. Davis Mills seems to be doing pretty well, given what he's got. You know what I mean? So, but I think the Jags win this by at least 10. Okay, and then we got oh god, the Chicago Bears at the Minnesota Vikings. Now it's not prime time, so I say Minnesota wins this in a walk. If it was in prime time, I'd give it to the Bears just because I don't trust their quarterback when the lights are on.
Yeah, I would agree, but this is another one of those picks. I'm going
Oh,
Bears. Yep, I'm going Bears.
you're not buying this guy
Let's see.
Fields, are you?
Let's see what Fields can
Oh,
do. Let's see. Maybe this is
whatever.
the game where maybe because it's not prime time. Maybe this is the game where he shines. Let's see.
You do understand that during the preseason, he said that none of his starting wide receivers would make the cut at Ohio State, right?
Nah, see, Mooney is
You
a
heard him
really
say
good
that,
wide.
right?
Yeah, well, he's young and dumb.
Yeah.
Mooney is a really good wide receiver. He needs to use him more.
My point is, the quarterback for the Bears is an idiot, so
Yeah.
he's going to do idiot shit.
But
So
the Vikings aren't that great, so
no, they're not that great, but they should win this one.
they should. But
Yeah.
this is one of those picks, or I'm going
You
against the
go,
grain.
man. Try and catch up. You're
Yeah.
like my brother. You're swinging
Yeah.
for the fences. That's what my
I
brother
might do
does.
this. I might not do this every week, but this week I'm going to because
He
like
says, I'm making my moves. I'm going to walk them down. Yeah. I'm
the
like,
other two
yeah,
guys, they
whatever.
both picked the same picks, so it's like I
Yeah.
want to do something different from them.
Okay. Then we're still in the noontime window, the 1 o'clock Eastern window. We got the Detroit Lions visiting the New England Patriots. I believe Zapp's playing for him again. Or is it Hoyer? I don't know how bad.
Hoyer's on
Hoyer's
IR.
out? Okay.
Yep.
So it's got to be Zapp.
Zappy
or whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, Detroit. Believe it or not, I'm actually saying these two words, or excuse me, these three words in a sentence. Detroit in a walk. Yes. 4 words. Okay.
Yeah. This is another one of them games.
No, you didn't. You're picking the New England Patriots.
Look, Zapp didn't look so bad last week. And if you want to talk about a team that knows how to lose, it's the Lions. They will play down.
They can score.
They'll play up to their competition.
Did you see the final score of that game last week?
And it's, I get it. But
I couldn't believe my team came up with that many points. I was like, what?
But the Lions just know how to. That is
They
a
do
team
know how to lose.
that just signifies the ability to lose a game. And I think they're going to play down to the Patriots, and I think the Patriots are gonna get it by a field goal.
Dan Campbell is not going to let them play down to the Patriots. He won't.
See. We'll see. Man. On paper, Lions should
Detroit.
pull this out, but
give me Detroit.
Yeah,
the
Plus
Patriots.
They're playing in Foxborough.
I love some Patriots. My dad's from Boston. I always rooted for him. My favorite uniform is the red uniform. You know all this shit. It's got the Patriot on the side of the helmet.
So this is one of my
But and I'm rooting for New England, but no. That's not happening, man. Sorry. They're too beat up. Okay. Let's see. Who's next? Are we still in the noon? Oh, man. I'm going to see this one. Yay. Yes, I'm going to see my boys on TV. Yeah. The Seattle Seahawks scored 45 points last week. What?
Yeah, but
Unbelievable.
let's temper expectations a little bit.
This
The
is true.
Lions
They're not
defense-
scoring 45 this week.
The Lions
Not
defense is
against-
historically bad. It's not
Yes, they
bad.
are.
It's historically bad.
Yes, it is.
So temper expectations on that. I'm going with the home team. I never trust the Saints, but
Yeah.
I trust Seattle
Who's
even
playing
less.
quarterback for the Saints? Is it going to be Andy Dalton again?
Andy Dalton, yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
With
All right.
some smattering of Hill.
Yeah.
But,
I think I got to go. I got to go Saints in this one too. I couldn't believe my boys scored 45 points last week though. I couldn't believe it. I was like, yeah.
Geno Smith was balling.
Well,
carried over.
One of the funniest memes I saw at the beginning of the season was a guy opening a Christmas present. He's got a red flannel shirt on, and he opens his Christmas present, and it's a red flannel shirt. Looks just like the one he's got. And the meme said, the Seahawks trading in Russell Wilson for Geno Smith.
I've seen that meme a lot around different
Oh my
headings,
God, it
but
was
yeah.
too funny. But yeah, the Saints defense is the thing that's going to dictate it to me, I think. As long as they don't turn the ball over, they should win this game. I think it's going to be closer than people think, though. The Seahawks, they're going to play tough no matter what. But yeah, they should lose this one, no doubt. Okay, next. What do we got next? Still in the noon window, the Miami Dolphins with Teddy Bridgewater starting today, I believe. Pretty sure I think they announced early this week that Tua Tagovailoa was going to be out. And have you noticed all these guys keep pronouncing his name Tunga Vailoa, like there's an N in there somewhere? It's Tagovailoa. They keep saying Tunga. I don't get it. But anyway, Miami versus the New York Jets. This should be a good game, but I think Miami should get.
Yeah, Jets have been pretty sneaky this season, even with just Joe Flacco being there. But I think what's his name is back. Zach Wilson.
Wilson is back. He played last week.
Yeah.
He did play last week.
Jets are a sneaky
matter of fact,
team.
he caught it. They pulled the Philly special, and he caught a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
and, but no, I think the Dolphins just still. You don't have to do a lot. Teddy Bridgewater doesn't have to do a lot.
Bridgewater took all the snaps this week, and he was one of the 3 quarterbacks that Minnesota unasked for Cousins that played well that season that got him to the NFC Championship game.
The problem with Teddy Bridgewater is that he doesn't do risky plays, which is why he's a game manager kind of safe.
Absolutely.
He's too safe at times, I think.
Right. But when he's got a good defense backing him up, which the Dolphins have a good defense.
I mean, with the Broncos, he had a good defense. So it's just he doesn't do enough. But luckily for him, he's got.
Well, look how he did with the Saints. Look how he did with the Saints. He only lost 1 game in relief of Drew Brees.
No,
with the Saints.
With the good defense, but that's more reliant on the he's not going to win the game.
Right.
It's going to be what can his guys do, like Waddle and Hill do after the catch.
Right.
That's where they're going to score. Any kind of offense is going to be what they do after the catch, because he's not going to throw. He might throw a couple bombs, but he doesn't do that very often. He did 1 or 2 last week to start, and then I don't know what happened the rest of the game because they did nothing the rest of the game. So he'll have a play here or two where it's big, but he doesn't do it enough.
Yeah, we'll see what happmes.
But I'm going with the Dolphins. I still
me
think
too.
they'll pull it out.
What? You're not picking the Jets in the upset?
No, I love look at me. When it comes to wide receivers, I love speed. And no one has more speed.
You're all about some Waddle. I know that.
Waddle is one of my favorite guys, and then they got Tyreek Hill. I love those wide receivers.
All he's got to do is get the ball in their hands, and they'll make people miss.
That's it.
Yep.
And he can. And Bridgewater can do that. He can.
Yes,
he
can.
So
okay. Next up, damn, we're still in the 12 o'clock window. God,
there's
a bunch of games at 12. All right, Atlanta at Tampa Bay. Oh shit.
I mean,
I think Tampa bounces back this week. They
Yeah,
looked bad.
I've
They
been kind
looked
of digging
bad
the
last
toughness,
week.
but they're just I don't know.
Your division made them look really bad last Sunday night.
Yeah, I didn't watch a whole lot of that game, but
You didn't need to watch a whole lot of it. It was bad. It was bad. Kansas City's defense showed up, and them boys just ran roughshod on this defense. Their defense usually plays better than this, but man, Andy Reid had their number. They were reeling from the punches the whole game, dude. It was ugly. It really was. But I think they come out pissed off at home and bounce back in this one.
yeah, I'm sure this will be Atlanta starts fast and then fades and then
Right. You know how to go. They might even get up 7 points, but
yeah,
in the long run, yeah, I think Tampa wins that one. And there may be some fisticuffs in that one. This division, for some reason, the NFC South, they have fights every time the teams play each other. It's ridiculous. Okay, and then we got the Commandos hosting the Titans, the one Eric cares about here, right?
Yeah.
Tennessee and the Commandos. I haven't seen the Commandos yet. Have not seen them play yet.
They are not that good.
No.
Wentz doesn't have the time to do anything.
Okay.
And the defense has been somewhat underwhelming. Not bad, but just kind of they're not winning games with the defense. So it's just not a very great team. Wentz has some good weapons, Josh Dotson, and which I think is hurt actually. Mm-hmm. And then
this is one Tennessee should win.
Yeah, McLaurin is the other receiver, so they have a couple weapons, but I think Robin. I'm not sure if he's back yet, but they should be getting Robinson back soon. The running back that got shot.
Yeah,
in preseason.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if he's quite back yet, but that'll help. If he is back, that'll help. But yeah, I'm going with Tennessee in this one. Just get Derrick Henry the ball. I am still waiting for the if they lose this game, Tennessee, I'm hoping that we'll see Malik Willis if they're losing this game.
Now they were getting blown out by Buffalo, I think, and you saw him at the end of that game.
Yeah,
I believe they put him in, but I don't even know that they even tried anything with him. But
no, so I'm waiting for that to happen for sure. I like what he did in the preseason, but
I think the sooner that happens, the better.
Yeah.
For this franchise, because they are not going anywhere with Tannehill.
No, they never go anywhere with him.
He will fuck it up for him in the end. Okay. Anybody that complains about people picking him off in practice does not have the mental fortitude to make it the NFL playoffs. I'm sorry. He just no. You didn't hear that story, I guess, when he was with Miami, right?
I may have. I don't remember it though.
He was bitching that the cornerbacks were picking him off in practice.
That's their job.
That's what they're supposed to do. Tom Brady. They asked Tom Brady about it, because they played in the same division. Tom Brady was like, "Man, I pay him to pick me off in practice."
Yeah, leave to Stephon Gilmore like that. These are the guys he had to throw to,
right? But anyway, yeah, the sooner that happens for them, the better. Okay, we're finally getting to the the evening window here. 3:05 Central Time, 4:05 on the East Coast. We got the San Francisco 49ers, who all of a sudden look like world beaters, going into Carolina, the hapless Panthers. Usually when my division goes coast to coast, they struggle, but I don't think that's going to be the case today.
I don't think so either.
I don't know what's going on in Carolina, but if you take the disappointment of what's going on with Russell Wilson in Denver, I think the second most disappointing thing is what's going on with Baker Mayfield in Carolina. I hate to see it because I like the kid. I don't like every Oklahoma quarterback. I'm a Sooners fan. I am not a fan of Kyler Murray. I think that guy's a retard. But Baker I've always liked. And I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if it's him. I don't know if it's the offense. I don't know if it's the lack of targets to throw to. I don't know what it is. I haven't seen him. But Yeah, I think they're in trouble today. I think they're going to get run through.
He's gonna get beat up. You can get beat up a
Yeah.
little bit today.
Yeah, he's going to get beat up a lot today. I hope he's still standing when this game's over with. But this is another one. I think they roll him like a drunk. At least 10-point win for the Niners. What do you think?
I'm going Niners as well.
Yeah.
I've liked them since the beginning of the year, and
Yep.
they've had
Yep.
some stuff go on with them, but they got Garoppolo back. They got stability back in there.
Yeah. That may be that injury to him may be the best thing that happened to him.
I know they want to move on to Trey Lance, but Garoppolo is just good for that team.
Yeah, he is.
He's just been so good with them.
Okay.
If it wasn't for a late collapse, he'd be a Super Bowl winner right now. So.
Right. Speaking of the idiot, he's hosting the only undefeated team left in the NFL.
Yeah, and you know what?
You didn't. Tell me you didn't.
This upset of the week.
Wait. Is Hopkins back or something? Is there something I don't know about this game?
Upset of the week. Cardinals over the Eagles are due for a loss. I don't believe they're as good as everyone says they are.
You are reaching.
And I am absolutely reaching on this one.
Yes, you are.
But if I get it, I don't care if I go 1-15 this week. If I get that one, I'm gonna be stoked. This is my redemption right here for every other bad pick. If I can get this one, I am going to be over the moon.
If I can topple the undefeated team.
I'm going to be watching this, too, because I'm pretty sure this is
I'm sure it'll be on in the afternoon where you're at.
Yeah. East Coast, well, Cowboys and Rams. So
you're on your own on that one, bro. Okay?
Oh, I know. I'm on an island.
But I am with you on the Eagles. I don't think they've been tested yet. I don't think they've played
I think
if they played the Niners right now, I think they would get beat to death. I really do. I think they would be shell-shocked and get smoked. But the Arizona Cardinals? No. As a matter of fact, I think that this ex-Texas Tech coach that's running them is going to find that his attachment to this idiot quarterback is going to cost him his job there.
Oh, Giants tied it up.
Hopefully not his career. What?
Giants have tied up the game.
Wait a minute. Let me scroll up.
They just scored.
Here
yeah.
And let me refresh. What? What is going on here? Where is it? Let me go all the way back up again. And I'm still showing that. But you say they've tied it up. Okay. Yep. All right. Kick ass, man.
No, extra point is good. 2:08.
Kick ass. All right.
Or 10:08 to go in the game, fourth quarter.
Cool.
Wow.
All right. Well, I'm sorry.
That might be my other pick of the week. Yay.
There you go. Hey, man, I'm pulling for it. You know, I'm no big Packers fan, so I'm pulling for the Giants.
I think Rodgers done enough for me this game, so I think he gave me
see that.
There you go. 19,
ladies and gentlemen, that right there. Did you hear what he just said? I think Rodgers has done enough for me in this game. This is exactly why I don't play fantasy football.
Yeah.
I would have to root for people that I cannot stand and hope that they do well.
Listen, there were several years I had to go for Phillip Rivers, all right? But the good thing about Phillip Rivers was that he would always
He's going to get his. He's going to get his.
He's going to throw 300 yards, 3 touchdowns.
In a loss.
And then that one interception
right?
is what he needs to lose it. And that was perfectly fine with me. It was a great time. I always had Phillip Rivers on my roster, and he always lost. It was great. It was awesome. But he got me enough points.
Don't talk shit about my boy Phillip Rivers. That's my cousin. That's my cousin. Don't mess with my cousin, son.
Oh man.
For me, he was, and we've had this discussion. Phil was the modern day Dan Marino. Set records, but was never going to sniff the Super Bowl. Never was. You know. But the guy could throw it out of a phone booth. You know what I'm talking about. How many times you see that pocket collapse and all of a sudden it shoots 40 yards downfield and you can't even see him, and that ball comes out of there, man. Ridiculous. Guy was awesome. Okay. But you're alone on this one, bro.
No, I absolutely am.
The Eagles should win this
going
going away. The next one is my most intriguing game of the week. Cooper Rush, undefeated. What do they do when Dak Prescott's ready to come back. Noc. What do they do? If he keeps winning, if he beats this team today, bro, I mean, what do you do?
Let's see here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Come on.
He is undefeated as a starter, bro. And I'm no big Cowboys fan, but I think it's intriguing as shit. And LA, they took it on the chin from the Niners. Of course, it was a division game. They know each other well. But the defense, man, you know the power of my man Quinn in that defense. He's going to have them flying around after the ball. And you know Cooper Kupp is going to be beat up at the line and probably double team most of the game. You know? So, I mean,
play I'm trying to find.
What are you trying to look for?
It's just so Manning cast on last Friday.
Really? Okay.
And this is great. There's one play in particular. It might take me a moment to find it.
Okay. But getting back to this game, I don't know. They're having issues protecting Matthew Stafford, and Micah Parsons is who they're facing this week. Rams are in trouble again, bro.
I'm actually going with the Rams this week. I think the charm is gonna fall off. And Aaron
Cooper
Donald.
Rush? You think You think Aaron Donald's gonna impose his will this week?
Yes.
We'll see. That Cowboys line's pretty good. So, I don't know, man. I this is a hard game for me to pick because I'm a Stafford fan. You know this. But they're having a hard time protecting him. Oh man, look who just chimed in. Jeffrey Douglas, what are you doing, son? He says, yes, go Rams. Why are you rooting for? Oh, that's right. No, you're a Niners fan. Why the fuck are you rooting for the Rams, dude? You're a Niners fan. Oh, he wants his wife's Cowboys to get beat up. That's what it is. Yeah, his wife's a Cowboys fan. I forgot about that. So you're rooting against Vicky's Cowboys? Is that what it is, bro? Come on. Are you serious? Wow. Okay. All right, bro. Oh, you ready?
Yeah,
Are you ready?
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, it took a minute, but
have you got sound?
Yes. And then this one, I got to show you this because this you're gonna love this one.
Jeff says manhandled. Laugh out loud.
You're gonna.
Jeff says, "Yeah, I hate the Cowboys." Yep. Totally. And he says, "Laugh out loud, manhandled."
Yeah,
talking about
that was
shit.
great. I had to show that real quick.
Yep, I hear you, man. I hear you. That's cool. That's cool. Well,
I love watching Manning cast when it's just the two of them. I don't like it when they do the guests.
Right.
I think they take way too much away from the game and they don't discuss it. But when it's just Manning and Eli talking about the game as it's going, I think it's great. But I can never watch it when it's the Broncos game. I tried when it was the Broncos game last time, and it's just you can't pay attention. Or when it's a game you really want to like get into, you can't do Manning cast because they just take too much away from that.
Yeah, they do.
There was one game. I think it was
a good time.
It was last year. I think it was a Packers game. I literally had no idea what was good. They were so entertaining that I had no idea what was going on in the game, and I was just watching them. Like it was weird. Like there was like a whole quarter that went by, and I had no idea what happened. Because
now is that on ESPN Plus or ESPN
2? I think it is
ESPN 2.
But I think it is also on ESPN Plus.
Because I do have ESPN Plus. I just don't pay for the Communist News Network. Excuse me, ESPN. The main reason why I don't watch ESPN is all they talk about is point spreads, and you know how I feel about gambling. So
no, I mentioned that before. That's one of the reasons I don't listen to the sports radio in the morning either. Because that's all they do now. It's just over under and everything. I don't gamble that much. Like so and I don't want to. So I don't want to hear about it. I just want to discuss the game.
All right, but for my pick, he's got LA. I've got the Cowboys. Until Rush loses, I'm rolling with Cooper Rush.
I'm going with the Rams. I think it'll be good.
All right. It's going to be a good game, though. That to me is the best game of the week.
And, and it's funny because I know win or lose, Cooper Kupp is going to get it. 12 catches, and
Now, if
that's
you
all that
want to,
matters to me.
right, of course, Mr. Fantasy. Now, if you want to watch the most entertaining game of the week, that will be tonight.
Potentially.
Because there will be no defense played in this game whatsoever.
I mean, you think so? Because it's not like the Bengals
I know
offensive
so.
line has just changed all of a sudden. They're still bad.
Go ahead and look it up real quick, bud. How many points have the Ravens given up in the last 2 to 3 weeks?
What, 22, 23 points last week? It's not crazy.
How many did they give up against the Dolphins a couple of weeks ago?
A lot of teams this season have given up that many points.
Okay. All right. Well,
but I still think the Bengals line isn't that good. Like
they suck. They suck, no doubt. But guess what? The Ravens' back end sucks. So if they can find a way to protect Joe Burrow, he's going to light their ass up.
Yeah.
They've got two rookies starting out there on the edges for fucking Baltimore. He's chomping at the bit to beat the shit out of this team. Guarantee you. Jeffrey says, well, if the Ravens want to win, they will learn to kick a field goal. Yeah. No. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm with you, Jeff.
Play to win the game, Jeffrey. You play to win the game.
Don't tell me you agree with Harbaugh not kicking that field goal.
Listen, I just came off a 12-9 game, okay? I'm sick of field goals. I hate field goals. I get the reason for it. It makes logical sense, but we tried to go for a field goal. We missed it. It was a 64-yarder, but still. And then last week they decided not to go for it, and we lost the game because we didn't want a stupid tie.
Jeffrey says exactly.
Yeah, because he agrees with me.
He doesn't agree with you. Let me show you the comment before. Well, if the Ravens want to win, they will learn to kick a field goal. Let me repeat that to you.
I know, I'm just kidding.
He says last week they should have kicked it.
We should have kicked it too. I don't know. We would have tied it, and the game probably would have ended in a tie, or they would have went down and kicked another field goal and won. Who knows? But I don't know. When you want to,
tie's better than a loss, buddy.
Maybe logistically.
You can giggle all you want. Tie's better than a loss.
It got Philly into the postseason that one year, but still, I don't ever want to see a tie.
I understand. But this game right here, I'm going with the Bengals. I believe
last
in Joe
year
Burrow,
they
man.
destroyed the Ravens.
Yes, they did. And this is their first matchup this year, and the Ravens are going to be mad. But here's my thing. And me and my brother talked about it on our talk show this week. John Harbaugh may be losing that locker room, bro. He got in a heated argument with one of his players, his defensive players, on the sideline, and that's very. I've never liked Jim Harbaugh. I think he's a whiny ass crybaby, but I've always respected John Harbaugh. I've thought, over the years he's been a really good coach. But when I see him arguing with players, that's disturbing to me. What is Jeff saying here? Right. Let's let Matt Ryan beat you. Okay. But he may be losing that locker room, Noc. He may be. But I mean, I can get the frustration on defense because they do have it's probably the weakest this defense has been in a long time. They've hung their hat on defense over the years, and right now they're struggling. Those rookies they're learning, and they might think a lot of them, but they're going to give up a lot of points. So, yeah, I'm taking the Bengals in this one. Let's see. Jeffrey says Jim did take Kaepernick to the Super Bowl. No. Yeah, Jim did. Yeah, he did. And he whined, bitched, and complained about every play looking for a flag all the way there, bro. Okay? Jim's a punk. And what's fucked up is I rooted for him when he was a player. I still say one of the best championship games I ever saw was Pittsburgh versus the Indianapolis Colts, where he was the quarterback, and it came down to a Hail Mary at the end of the game, and his receiver had his hands on it in the end zone and dropped it. It was a shame. I was pulling for him. And I was pulling for him when he became the coach of the Niners. I mean, I'm a Seahawks fan, but I wanted to see him do well. He bitches and complains about every fucking thing. He's the biggest whiny crybaby I've ever seen. And I hate that in a head coach. It's freaking stupid. So
1st and goal for the Giants.
Uh-oh! Look
6
out.
minutes to go.
Do we need to do a live check-in, man? Do I need to
You might
fire
have
up the
to,
sling?
man.
I'd have to get off
Barkley
here.
to the outside. Touchdown, Giants.
Giants take the
It already
lead.
happened on your screen, but Giants have taken the lead.
Wow,
Could
man.
this be my week? Could this be my week of good picks? I don't know. We'll see.
Wow.
I wouldn't mind.
Will
Rodgers
this start an
getting one
avalanche of picks?
touchdown.
Will it start
Wow.
an avalanche of picks? I don't know. We'll see. That's good news, though. I'm not. Let me check. It's right over my head here.
Hey, if Rodgers gets another touchdown, I wouldn't mind that. I just need the Giants to go down and kick a
Let's
field
see if
goal.
they get the extra point. It's up and good. They're up by 7. 27-20. 27-20. With what? How long to go?
6:08.
6:08. Okay. Can they hold? That's the question. Jeff says, "Wow." Okay. So
yeah.
we got one more game. Actually, 2 more games to talk about.
It's so fitting that Barkley was the one to score too.
Yeah, absolutely. That dude, he is their bread and butter. If they don't have him, they're not going to win.
That's up
and
to
he's
that
a
defense.
beast.
See what the defense
To
can
me, he's the best running back in the NFC. The best running back in the AFC plays for the Titans, and both of those teams need to lean on them dudes. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we've got a big one in your division this weekend. Can the Raiders get off the mat and challenge the Kansas City Chiefs to bring them back to the pack? Can they do it? I say no.
I say yes. Actually, this is I know, right?
This guy.
Upset. Yeah,
you got to pick and choose your shots, bro. You can't call them all.
Hey, right now, all right, right now, I'm a little validated at the moment. All right,
right now, we'll see 6 minutes from now.
Yeah, right. No, but the Raiders, they have a good team. They just hadn't gotten, I don't know. I think they turned it around with that win over Denver. And I think the Chiefs are always, they're never going to be invincible. They sometimes look at, and this is at home, so on paper, yes, this should be a relatively, I'm not going to say easy win, but it should be for sure thing. But it's also a division game, and when it comes to division games, Raiders always play better. They just do.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
It's just how they.
I'll
it's
admit
just,
that.
I don't know. It's just how they function. They went one year when they had who was it? Tom Campbell, I think it was. They went 8-8, and they went 6-0 in the division. They just win division games. I don't know. It's just a thing with them. It's like the what was it, the Rams, right? Whenever they go, 6 and whatever, they'd always have be 6-0 in the division, but
here's
they'd
the thing
everywhere else.
Here's the thing.
They're the Rams of the AFC.
You remember? I know you know this because his first failure was with your franchise. I don't believe in their coach.
Oh yeah, I don't believe in him either. I'm telling you, on paper it should be.
He doesn't want to talk about that.
I understand.
You hear that, right? He don't want to talk about that. Yeah.
He ripped my team apart and left us for high and dry.
He set you back a decade. He did. Oh my God!
The only thing good out of that, I think, was that we got Von Miller. I think that was the only thing good.
Right. That's about it.
I think we got him the year he got. I can't remember that. Right. I know he drafted Tim Tebow and Demaryius Thomas was probably the other best thing that came out of that. Him coming there, he was drafted.
But I'm sorry, the Chiefs are at home and they're going to be beating that drum and they're going to beat this shit.
This is definitely one of my iffy picks. That is just I'm going off of barely any data and just hope and a prayer.
Pick. It's a super iffy pick. Okay, let me get back to the main screen here because I'm going to have to finagle some things to get to the Thursday night game, which, if I heard you correctly earlier, probably ain't worth watching. But
no, Washington at Bears.
The Commandos
people
at the
already
Bears.
Are talking about it because it's another Prime. This is what Prime paid. What was it? $2 billion to get?
Yes, sir.
And they're getting these kind of games. Yeah, this is unfortunate.
But I gotta
give actually not be a bad game because.
Now, let me tell you something about since you brought it up, let's talk about the Prime broadcast. Oh my God. Yeah. Here's Jeffrey's 2 cents on this matchup. Ugh. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So let's talk about the Prime broadcast. I like the. I like that. Oh yeah, Jeff's picking Washington. He says Washington. The Commandos. The Commandos. I like the features they have, the little extras that you can dip into. That's pretty cool. And I've got to tell you, as much as I hate the guy, Herb Street is doing a good job on color. He really is. I like their announce team.
Him and Al Michaels they were struggling so bad to call that game.
They were.
There was just nothing. Al Michaels like, this game is so bad. It's actually kind of good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Curb's like, no,
it's not.
This isn't good at all.
Curb's calling him on it, right? Yeah.
And Al just laughs because he's like, I got nothing. I got nothing.
What am I
going to talk about here? Like,
and as bad as it looked for your franchise, man, they did have the guts to show people leaving that stadium, where other networks may not have done that.
It's a shame, but that's just how the game felt. Once we knew that it was going to overtime, we just knew that it was over. I almost turned it off there too, but my adrenaline kept going, and I had slight hope. Plus, I was watching it, not having to. I had to work the next morning, so I went to sleep with 5 hours.
Yeah.
To get up, and I managed to get up, which is nice. But now we got Monday night. It's like, oh my god, that's the other thing with these damn primetime games. It's getting so.
Yeah.
I have to keep watching.
Kicking your butt. You got to
lose.
I know.
And then then I got to wake up early in the morning. That sucks. Mm-hmm. That's one of the reasons I wish I lived in California. The only reason I literally want to live in California.
Right.
Maybe not even California, just somewhere on the West Coast.
Right. Mountain, maybe. Maybe in Denver. Yeah.
Even that would be better. These late games are just, oh, man. Because there's teams I'm not watching.
Yeah.
See, I like it except for the games are great. Yeah, and next week, the week after that is actually Saints at Arizona. Next week's.
Okay, that's a good one.
That might not be bad. I think
Jeffrey says, "See, I like it too, except the games are crap." He's talking about the Prime broadcast.
The problem I have with it is when they do those stupid polls. I hate when I'm watching on my phone and it's like, who do you think's going to score this quarter? Like, dude, fuck off! Like, I don't want you covering the bottom of my screen with this stuff.
Right. Yeah.
I wish there was a setting you can just turn off pop-ups or something like that. It's like,
right.
Because what else are they going to put in that? It's just annoying because you can't. There's no X or anything. You have to go back into the Prime and go back in and then go away. It's annoying. I hate pop-ups when I'm trying to watch a football game.
I'm not going to officially pick this one yet, but just looking at it, I'm going to have to say the Commandos is who I have to run with on this one. I'll have to be with Jeffrey on this one. I just don't believe in the quarterback of the Bears. I think he's going to be a bust.
I get it. But,
I don't believe in Carson Wentz either. I think he's a bust too. But I believe in Ron Rivera more than I do the head coach of the Bears, whoever the hell he is this year. I don't even know who their coach is now. So
for the Commanders?
No, the Bears.
Bears. Oh, yeah. I don't know who that is either.
Is it still Nagy? They fired Nagy.
Oh, they got rid of him.
Yeah.
I don't know who their coach is.
Yeah, see, I don't either. And I don't believe in the kid the trigger man, so screw them. I'm not making my official pick yet, but if I had to lean towards a team without seeing today's games, I'd have to say Washington. We could get really lucky and Carson Wentz get knocked out of the game today and they have to start their backup. And then I'd really go with Washington.
Yeah, Heineke is not terrible.
No, he's not. All he does is fucking win.
I'm curious to see a little bit more of Sam Howell, though, the rookie.
Okay.
He looked good in the preseason. Yep. So I don't know if they'll go straight to Heineke or not. They might. But.
Well, all right, man. That's it for the picks this week. What stands out to you this week that you're watching for?
Nothing. I don't give a shit about any of these games.
Yeah, some of the matchups are really bad.
I'm gonna have.
You are really reaching on a lot of those picks.
I'm purely reaching this week. I kind of, especially after Thursday.
How are we looking right now in this one, though? Hang on.
Packers are driving. I think they just got into the
field goal range.
They're definitely in
field goal, and they're coming up on the 2-minute.
They're doing good on first down.
Yeah,
so it's definitely we got 2.5 minutes to go here.
All right. Well, about the only, like I showed before the game, I think the Dallas Rams game is going to be fun to watch. It's going to be interesting to see if Aaron Donald can, make himself known in and lead them to a win. But I got to roll with Cooper Rush until he loses. The guy ain't lost yet. So,
Yeah, he's Goldberg right now.
And the biggest thing, and I've discussed this with several, I'm closer to Dallas than I am New Orleans. Okay. They actually call this place Shreveport, Texas. Okay. And there's a lot of Cowboys fans here, and I've talked to a lot of them, and they all tell me the same thing. The big difference between Dak Prescott and this guy's throwing to the open guy. He's not looking for any particular person. He's just throwing to whoever's open, and which is the way you're supposed to play quarterback, and it's really making him look good. Like I said, I got to roll with him. The other game, Sunday night's game, guys, if you like offense, turn that game on. You're going to see a lot of it. It's going to be bizarre because Lamar's going to be doing Lamar, and Joe Burrow, if they protect him for more than a couple of seconds, can shred a defense in 2 seconds. So that should be a fun game to watch too. Other than that, the rest of it all looks like, who cares? Yeah. But anyway, keep them up on what's going on while I tell them what's coming on the channel, man. Are we in the 2-minute warning break? Yeah, we are. Okay, so let me try and get through this so we can watch the end of this game. Let's see. Of course, later on tonight. Now you can. I think Comics Division has a member stream tonight. So during the Monday night game, if you're bored and want to watch it, Comics Division has a member stream. I'll be on that if he has it. Sometimes he pushes it to Tuesday. Just depends on how he's feeling that day. But it should be on tonight around 8 Central or so. You can see me there on YouTube on Comics Division's channel. And, of course, later on tonight, we're going to start with Madden tonight because we're getting close to another Super Bowl. Me and my buddy Dallas. It's Papa Joe Gamer up way too late on Twitch. Those of you following me on Twitch. I play 3 hours worth of video games and have a few cocktails, video games, and fails. That's tonight at 11 Central and tomorrow night at 11 Central. I change games about every hour and go through a bunch of stuff. And I will be playing at least 1 hour of Fable 3 because that's the one I'm doing a walkthrough of. And then, of course, the next one after that, you can see me on. By the way, I'm going to be broadcasting all of these shows, except for Papa Joe Gamer. That's only on Twitch. The video game plays on Twitch, but all of the shows I'm fixing to show you will be on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. The next one will be Wednesday night's State of the Atmosphere. I'd love for you to come on, Noc, and let me know how everything went. Am I putting this in? Buddy?
Whenever you're done with your spiel. Yeah.
Okay. State of the Atmosphere. Noc, I'd love for you to stop by. Let me know how you did with your certification and everything. That's just me talking to the chat. It's me talking to you guys in the chat. I usually have a subject or two to start with. We start at 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern. Go for a couple of hours on Wednesday evening. And then Thursday, of course, it's me and my brother talking about current events and everything we love, pop culture, sports, movies, all that good stuff. And that's going to be The Brothers Hack the Matrix on Thursday. And you can, hang on a second. That's looking kind of funky. That's Thursday at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. Me and my brother hacking the Matrix. And then, of course, you can see me doing my comic book on, on Saturday mornings, Saturday afternoons, 1:30 Central, 2:30 Eastern. It's Sketching the Privateer, where I'm working on the comic book, and Justifier Jim. He was busy this weekend, but he'll be back this weekend coming up. And he's the co-host. And, of course, you got us next week at the same time. All 3 stations, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. NFL Pregame Party. Okay, what you got for us, Noc?
I was just looking ahead to next week, and I saw some. I don't know why it's like that.
Yeah, it's acting stupid. See if you can click on it or stop it somehow.
It's not me though. That's the problem. It's
okay. All right, that's fine. Hang on.
This will be real quick, but this is what you're probably gonna have on your banners next week. Mm-hmm. Buffalo at Kansas City, and then Dallas at Philly for Sunday night.
Wow, that's going to be a great game, especially if Dallas wins tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, man.
I was just looking ahead. These are probably the 2 games of the week right there. Just to look ahead.
Man. Wow. That should be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the cream of the crop in the AFC.
There you go.
And it could be
the NFC, yeah.
Could be the cream of the crop in the NFC too, yeah. Depending on if the Cowboys win or not. Okay, well listen, boys and girls, we got any more updates on this game?
Just picked off. Is it? Oh my God.
Let's see. 4th and 2.
Almost picked off. Oh, I can't believe he didn't get that. Oh.
We got 4th and 2 here.
Yeah, you're ahead of me.
Okay. And they fail. They fail with 1:02 left. They fail.
I think they only have 2 timeouts too.
They do have 2 timeouts, which means if they go 3 and out, they could get it back. It'll be mere seconds though. So right now, as it sits, it looks like the Giants are poised to come through for Noc. We'll see what happens.
They'll be 4-1. Cream of the crop right there.
We will. Let's see. Let's see. Jeffrey says, "See, I like it, except for okay." He says, "Hey guys, cool show. Hey man, I'm glad you're here, Jeff."
Early. Yeah, well, just know that the first like 20 minutes or so is college. So if you don't care about college, you can
tune in after about the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, we start out with my college stuff, and we do about 15, 20 minutes of that. I do highlights though, so if you don't know anything about college, it's nice little way to catch up. I do the main stuff. I don't go too crazy in depth with it, but all the big matchups, especially next week's gonna be awesome.
Yep. Okay. Well, listen, boys and girls, we got to get to it. I want to see how this thing ends. Listen, I want you all to be safe out there, and until I see you again, you guys keep on keeping on.
I got batted again. Wow.
God bless. See ya.